Hello, fellow collectors. Today we're going to be taking a look at DC Multiverse Swamp Thing from the New 52. Now you'll notice this Swamp Thing is the one with the crown here that has the on the sides and not the normal looking head. If there is a normal looking head for Swamp Thing. So as we look here, we see the card with the art from the box. On the back, you can see the words from the card. You can pause to read. Alright, now as far as his other accessory, he does come with this piece here that you can take off one of the hands and replace. It does allow you to maneuver it just like you would a normal hand. And this guy is tall, mega figure. So if I stand him completely up like this and not all splitty, we'll see that this guy is coming in right at 11 inches. If I do his crown of thorns, here I see him coming in at 12 inches tall. So very, very large figure. Now if I take him and put him over here, I can hopefully get him to stand up. He's having trouble standing up on my makeshift desk here. If I do bring in the other Swamp Thing, we can see that they do share similarities in their body types. The only real difference is the head. You know, mine on this side has the adaptive claw in there. But you'll notice the hands are the same. The bodies are the same. The only thing that's different is the head. So if you have this version, do you really need this version? That's up to you. Now, this guy is pretty heavy. So if I pull my trusted scale in, set him aside because he's going to fall anyway. Put him on here. See that he's coming in at 1 pound 3 ounces. So very, very heavy figure for this guy. So let's now on the bottom, he does have 2 peg holes for our stand. One for each leg, I should say. I can get him to go on it. Alright. Now as far as his head does go, he can look up just a little bit and down a little bit, left and right. No problem. You will see a little bit of a gap though if you go too far. As far as his arm goes, you have these rubber pieces up here, but he can do a rather good T-pose. If you rotate that around, get it out of the way, you can rotate. He does have a swivel here at the elbow, if I can get it to go. There we go. So it does rotate around and also bends, as well as his wrist does rotate around. Now he does have this rubber piece here on his elbow, so on his forearm, so just be aware of that. As far as ab crunch goes, here's a pretty nice one for a figure this big. He does have a little diaper here, so it will block a little bit of the movement. Now as far as the legs come out, you'll notice he does have a lot of clickety noises, but he can't do this much of a split. Now forward and backward, he goes like that. He does have a double bend at the knee. You can hear that clickety. And it does have a ball joint at the ankle and a 2 bend. So we'll get him all straightened back up. Now go ahead and pull him in for a little bit of a detail shot. We'll first start with his legs. You can see the toes here. He does have that dual application paint going on. Now if you look inside the legs, we see a little bit, looks like muscles. It's very, very nice the way they sculpted this. Take a look at the hands. You can see all these vines coming off. Nice touch. Same thing on the other side, a couple of vines coming off the hands. We do see this rubber here. You pull back and you see a little bit different painted green. You'll see he does have these shoulders gap fillers. Say he does have this rubber here on the waist. So if you bend it back too much, you will see a bit of a gap. As far as the chest goes, see this? Very nice. Turn him around for the back end view. You notice he does have a little bit of wood looking pieces here, which is very nice. It's not all just swamp. Moss and vines growing. Now if we take a look at the neck here, we can see a little bit of roses and flowers that's going on. So it's the little details that will just make you go, oh, that's nice. Now as far as the mouth goes, it doesn't lift open or anything like that, but it does just have this slight gap. So if we look at his horned helmet here, we can see a little bit going on. We'll definitely have those eyes and that mouth here. We can see his nose. If I turn it around, get a good look at the back dome. So very, very nice. I definitely dig the Swamp Thing, and you know, be a fan of the was it Max, yes. HBO Max had the series that came out. I was very hopeful for it, but they only had one season. I was hoping they would do more, but has not materialized yet. So hopefully they will realize that they could go further with that series and take them on. Actually had my drama coach, my teacher, professor, he actually acted in the Swamp Thing. So it was cool to see that, him in the show. So cheers to him. So until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.